And we are live. Got a great show for you tonight, everyone. The MMA UK Late Show. We've got Rab Truesdale with us tonight. Welcome, Rab.
All right, how's it going, guys?
Really good, thank you. Rab's fighting at Probellum on next Saturday, actually. Saturday, the 5th of September. How you feeling, Rab?
Yeah, good. Just ready to go now. So just counting down the last couple of days before we make the walk to the cage. So yeah, looking forward to it.
And there's a link on the screen for anyone who wants to buy tickets for the pay-per-view. So obviously another behind closed doors event. But if you want to buy the pay-per-view, it's another one that's only a tenner, so get involved. And welcome back to Liam McGeary. Liam, such a pleasure to have you on the show.
How we doing?
Really good, thanks. And you join us from your tent out fishing in the back of beyond.
Some farm in Norfolk. Nice cozy in the bivouac.
You must be freezing having come from Hawaii.
Yeah, it hit me the other day actually. Like the first time, rain, and I'd been out in it most of the time, but the cold was biting that day. But I got a couple of hoodies, a couple of pairs of sweatpants. I'll be all right, and a nice comfy sleeping bag.
A successful day's fishing so far?
Nope, not a thing. Not a thing.
I'm teasing. We already asked him that before we went live. We knew he hadn't caught anything.
You know the answer to that one.
And welcome to my co-host, Peter Knox. Peter, how are you?
I'm not bad. It's jumping a bit for me. I don't know if anybody else has noticed, so I might, once I get this fight feel bit out of the way, I might just jump off and back on. I think it's my end. So just the MMA UK Late Show is sponsored by Fight Fuel. Fight Fuel is a supplemental clothing company founded by martial artists for martial artists and all combat sport athletes. The aim of the company is to supply supplements and clothing of the highest standard to all fighters and warriors so they can train, perform and win.
Fabulous. Thank you. And thank you to Fight Fuel as ever for their sponsorship, making a great show for us. In a really weird twist of fate, Rab, you pulled out some messages from 2012 just before we went live when you were offered to fight Liam. How crazy is that?
Yeah, I just remembered, like, I said to myself, I'm sure I got offered back in the day, like probably 8-9 years ago, to fight Liam. I was like, I'm going to go back and check just to see. So it took me about fucking half an hour to scroll all the way back to all the messages to 2012. And it was like, I can't remember the name of the guy. It must have been promoter for Rumble on the Rock. I think it was a Jersey promotion. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, this is a friend of mine. Yeah. I remember that one.
So I wanted to check to see why it didn't happen. I thought, I don't know, maybe he's wanted a bigger opponent, and then obviously it had been just when you were starting out, I think. It was actually me.
Right at the beginning. It was you that didn't want to fight me.
It was me that wanted more money. To be honest, I think I dodged a bullet there.
No fight. I told him I was sending emails out to the top 10, to top 20, like, just let's get a fight going. And no one came back. Everyone was like, a bit too busy, not enough money, or not enough experience was the one that I had. Not enough experience. Sketch.
Was that Rab saying that, Liam?
I don't know. All I just had was like, no, not fighting. You know how it is when you 8 years ago, at the beginning, the hunger was just like, you know how it is, Rab, like just fighting at anything just to try and get a fight. But it was early days, man.
I hope that.
Yeah, just.
Go on,
Rab. Okay. No, you go.
I was going to say, I hope that gives confidence to all my friends who are in the early stages of their career and really struggling to get a fight. That don't worry, it will happen for you in the end.
See, the only difference between me and this guy, what we were going there here, is he stuck in, kids. He's stuck in.
Yeah. You got to stick at it, and it's rough. It is rough because there's a lot of no, not a red tape, a lot of negative. Oh, as long as you stay in the gym, and you'll get your break. You just got to be ready for it.
Yeah. And Liam, I'm going to come to you first because I know you've got limited battery and you're using your mate's 4G or whatever his hotspot.
And we're both running low on battery as well.
So I'm going to have a quick chat with you just in case we lose you at some stage. But obviously you're back in the UK. How come you're back here and how long are you back for?
Doing all that stuff, passport, visas, driver license renewals, and all that kind of stuff. I've been gone 10 years. Like, it's mad that it's gone so quick. So now with coronavirus and all the flights being backlogged and everything's delayed, so basically, I don't know. All I know is I put my passport in. The passport could take 5 weeks, could take 8 weeks. Like, whenever it turns up, then I'll go to the visa. So
yeah,
I don't know. My mum's loving it because I'm just doing a garden. So
I saw that. I've been trying to dig up a tree in my front garden, and I felt pretty pathetic actually after seeing what's on your social media about the garden clearance.
Oh yeah, it's been rough. I got there, it was like an overgrown jungle. It's just wild growing and stingers and brambles everywhere. So yeah, no, I've had to attack it with a lot of sharp tools.
Old school strength and conditioning.
Yep. That's the only way.
And I'm sorry to ask the question that I see you get asked on your post literally every time you put one up, but everyone wants to know when we might see you back in there, Liam.
I know. You know what? So I wouldn't mind fighting at the end of the year. That's when I'm hoping to get back in. Whether there's shows on around about that time, we'll have to wait and see. But that's when I'm aiming for. I think I've got another month, and then I can start getting into training, and then just seeing how many faces really flies. The dentist looked at me a little bit strange when I asked him if I could get punched in the face, and I think he wanted me to leave it a little bit longer. So August, September. So yeah, July. Yeah, I mean we're now just over 13 months, a year and 3 months now. So yeah, it's around about the right time. It should be able to take a punch. But these boys, they hit hard. So, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't want to go back through that, getting wired up for 6 months again. So I'm gonna just take as much time as it needs to.
For anyone watching who doesn't know, I'm sure you do, but Liam's jaw was broken in his last fight, and it was a horrendous injury, wasn't it, Liam? It was a long road back to recovery.
Not as bad as my tooth. Losing the crown, much worse.
Does it make you scared to take a punch to the face again, though, Liam? I think, the ways that, like, footballers with broken legs are sometimes wary of tackles. Like, is there a part of you that's worried about that?
Nah, not really. I mean, the worry will soon go as soon as they throw that first jab or right hand. So then it's like, all right, that was what it is, and this is what it's going to be. Then sound, let's go. So yeah. I think you worry about everything until you actually do it, and when you realise you've done it, and you're like, oh, it wasn't that so bad. So, and then you can continue on. So I think it's the first initial. My coach, I've been getting my mate to come and hit pads with me while I've been back, and he gets very excited, and we kind of throw punches back at each other, and it was the first time this kind of thing I've been doing this kind of thing, and I brought my mate in, and he didn't know we was going to be doing any training. So a business partner of mine, and next thing I know, we're throwing punches at each other, and he's like, throw the elbows. I'm like, dude, like, I haven't had anyone throwing punches at me for a year, and you want this motherfucker to be swinging elbows at me? I'm like, nah, you're good. Just so that was the first time, but then we got into a little bit more of a grappling and doing some clinch work, and I was getting more and more comfortable with it. So it'll be all right. Just time.
Yeah. And like I said, it's literally a question that's on every post that you put up on social media. Whatever the post is about, people are always asking when your next fight's going to be. So
we're swinging a lawnmower around, and they're like, when you're fighting next. Fighting this lawnmower at the moment.
But it must be nice to know that people are still super excited to to know when that's going to be, and there's still like a real appetite to see you perform in the Bellator cage.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's so nice to hear everyone asking questions, sending me messages, asking how I'm doing. It is nice. It makes what we do a little bit more special, because when you're sitting there injured and it's like, oh Jesus Christ, nobody loves me, but then you get these messages of support and comfort, and it does help you build your morale up.
Yeah. Steve Brigson in a question asking what fighters you view as legends in MMA.
I'm gonna go with the old school boys. Like I like Chuck Liddell, Rampage Jackson, just Randy Couture, the guys that paved the way for us boys to come in and do what we do. And then hopefully we can now open the doors up, and so other fighters can now come in and take over from us.
You beat a legend in my favourite fight of yours, Tito Ortiz.
Yeah, Tito Ortiz is another one. Yeah, that was something special. I enjoyed that one.
That was special. I wanted to ask about, so the Bellator light heavyweight divisions had a bit of a shake-up recently because you got a new champion. What did you think of that fight? What was your prediction for that fight? Did you enjoy it?
I didn't watch it. I saw the highlights. Wow. I saw some video of the former champion hitting pads on Tuesday, Bader, right? And he didn't look right. There was something wrong in his eyes, He'd been looking a bit mean in his last few posts. He wasn't looking as ripped and jacked up as he was, and it just wasn't looking right. So I called it that he was gonna lose on the Tuesday. And then when I saw that head kick, that kid hits hard, man. Like that first shot he hit me with, I think it was a left hook, sent my eye cross-eyed. So I'm trying to get my eyesight back, and he's chasing after me, still trying to throw punches. The first kick broke my leg. I was like, this kid's he's no joke.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, you obviously know what it's like to be in the cage with him. If you do go on another run, are you up for fighting him again? I imagine that would be a great way to get your belt back and get a loss back at the same time.
Exactly that. Yeah, I'm just like to say, I like to tell everyone, I'm just going to let my jaw heal up, and whatever I can fight, and I'll just take one thing at a time. I'm not gonna rush it too quick. If I come in, rush it, and then it ends up breaking, then I just set back again. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna wait and just take my time. Not take too long. I'm getting a little older, so
we're all getting older.
Yeah.
I saw a few people as well call in for you to welcome Corey Anderson to Bellator. He obviously crossed over from the UFC. How would you feel about that fight?
That's my old training partner. That's my old teammate.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he helped me win my belt. So, like, if I was still in New York, I'd be training with him to help him win the belt. So,
wow.
Listen, we're all on our own paths in this fight game, right? Corey, I won the belt. He helped me win the belt. Corey's on his path. He's just had a son. He's found out he's pregnant again. So he's on his path. If he goes to the title, fair play to him. If our paths cross, then we're both men. We're both fighters. Like, then we have to do what we have to do. And I ain't even spoke to him about it, but I'm sure he'd be exactly the same thing. Like, it's business at the end of the day. Like, he's my boy. But I mean, we both got families to feed. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So Bare Knuckle Boxing page asked if either of you would consider going into bare knuckle. I think you both do really well.
Look at these looks. I can't be doing bare knuckle.
I know, you're both
you know what? Just like me.
I actually don't mind
You've got a face for bare knuckle, Peter.
He looks like he's already done.
You want for that, Liam?
I'm never saying never. It'd be like old school, old days,
Actually,
back in the 18-year-old days outside the pub.
Well, I'll come back to what I was going to ask you next, and I'll ask you about Kendall Grove, your brother-in-law. He's got a bare knuckle fight coming up against Hector Lombard. Is that still on? Oh my God!
So. Yeah, I believe so. Kendall's nuts.
That is a crazy fight.
Yes, it's gonna be. That's gonna be insane. Yeah, I'm gutted that I'm away for it. You know, I wish I was actually being there for that. I'd like to go and see that.
Bisping was actually telling a story on the podcast this week about Kendall, and he was talking about when they were on the Ultimate Fighter, and Kendall just wanted to fight the hardest person next. And Michael's like, no, what you should do is just fight the softest people all the way through, so you get to the final, and then you fight the toughest guy in the final. And Kendall was like, nah, if I can't beat him now, then I don't deserve to be in the final.
He's a real dude, man. He really is. Very inspiring. But yeah, he's training hard. This is a big fight for him. I just wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely love Kendall Grove. Glenn Leggett, I think this is to both of you as well. Will you go into commentary when you retire?
I don't know if they'll understand us, to be honest with you. Even the fights just start.
No chance.
Excited. We'll give it a go. I don't know.
I've absolutely no chance. I can't even understand myself sometimes. I look back at old videos and I'm like, what the fuck what am I saying there? Like, yeah, I need my own translator for myself. Same when I write shit as well. I'm like, what the fuck was I writing there? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
it makes sense,
especially if you do it like this, like new school with quick text, like mate as an M8 and stuff like that. I'm like trying to read it. I'm like, fuck, I need my own translator.
I don't know if you know Oban Elliott, Liam. He's a massive prospect coming out of Wales. Yeah. He's going to be the Cage Warriors champ very soon, and he's without a doubt going to go on to bigger things after Cage Warriors. He's a huge star coming out of Wales, and he said he's a massive fan of yours, one of the UK originals breaking through to World Championship level.
Nice.
So
good luck.
Yeah, inspiring the younger generation. And before that, we had a comment from Joe Barton, I think, Peter, that I missed.
Yeah.
Is there anyone from the UFC you'd love to fight right now, Liam? And that's kind of a broader question I wanted to ask you, because obviously John Jones has just vacated the light heavyweight belt. And every time there's a bit of a shake-up, people talk about Bellator and UFC and who's better.
When did that happen?
When did John Jones vacate?
When you were in the Avenger in Spain.
Was it then? I had no winning that. Jeez, I didn't know that. Oh my God.
We're breaking news on this show.
Wow.
Yeah, so John Jones is going up to heavyweight, and Reyes and Jan Blachowicz are fighting for the vacant title. And then last night, I don't know if you saw it, but Anthony Smith was beaten by Rakic.
You've just blew it for me. I've got that on record as well. I'll not need to watch it now. Thanks, Kay. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
But there was big talk last week that you've completely missed, Liam, about the fact that the best light heavyweight might be outside the UFC for the first time, and then Bader got beaten by Nemkov and just threw the whole thing up in the air even more. So who do you think is the best light heavyweight in the world?
Who do I think? I mean, listen, John Jones has done what John Jones did. Like, all right, yeah, he's a bit of a checkered past, but I mean, what he does in the cage is somewhat special, you know what I mean? And he knows what he can do. So I think John Jones is probably one of the best fighters that we've had at this time. So yeah, he's probably one of the best, I'd say.
And if he's now a heavyweight, who's the best light heavyweight who remains?
Fucking Liam McGeary, innit?
Got to be. I'm glad you got that one right. Richard Truesdale wants to know, if you could choose to fight anyone from any time period, who would you pick?
Each other.
Oh, that's a hard question, man. And it's my brother. I'd probably like to fight you, Richard. No, I'm only joking. I'm like Liam. I've got a lot of respect for all the old school kind of MMA boys that kind of took it to the next level. I'd love to fight a Rampage. That'd be my fight. I would pick. I just love everything about him. His whole career. I'd love to fight him. Yeah, Rampage.
Yeah, that would be cool. Liam?
Yeah.
See, I'm the same. I'm mentioning for the older school, the older generation fighters. You know, the ones who are on their way out, so I can help shove them out the door. You know. I haven't. Like I say, I haven't really focused on any other fighter and what they're doing and how they're doing. Like, I just really wanted to get better. And there's been a lot of other stuff going on with it. So, like, you telling me John Jones has vacated a title, that's like news to me. It's all. So I mean, I'm concentrating on getting better. That's my thing.
Yeah, 100%. And I think your brother said that you need to win your next fight before you can fight him next.
Cheeky bastard, eh?
And James Shaw wants to know, is it true you once backed out of a fight with him in the third year of geography?
Unbelievable, honestly. I knew this would happen. I knew they would be on here fucking trying to slag me off. But yeah, it's true, James. It's true.
That's why we that's why we advertise to try and get people to write in and slag off the guests.
I'll never live this down now, you know that.
A more polite question from MMA Scotland, who wants to know what your long-term goals are in MMA, Rob.
Well, long-term goals. I'm 34, so there isn't a lot of time left. There's a few big promotions out there that I'm just on the cusp. I mean, right now, maybe one fight for when. Even just now, there's discussions. Even just now, with a couple of big promotions, I would like to get myself a fight on them and then try and establish myself so that I can get a contract with the likes of Bellator, One Championship, these type of guys who I believe are the next step for me. So short term, as like I say, I'm only 34, I'm 34, so time's running out. So yeah, the heavyweights. I mean, I've got a few years left in me. The heavyweights seem to peak when they're in the 30s, like mid-30s and stuff like that. Anyway, so since I've been back, I've been working hard to get better each day, and the next goal for me is obviously win this fight on Saturday, and hopefully that'll prepare me to the next step, and I can see where I can go from there. But yeah, probably the ultimate goal is probably trying to own Bellator or something like that. Yeah.
Let's go back to the fight on Saturday. Your opponent, I'm probably going to mash up his name, but Mindaugas Gervais. I'm going to go with.
That's close enough.
Tell me about him, because I don't want to worry you, but on Tapology, his last win was by chest bite.
Yeah, that's true, King.
And I can't track down the fight anywhere, or like a post of him saying what happened. Was his opponent disqualified? What happened?
Well, I've actually got the video because I think it was Kazim Aras, who's a German boy who's he's got decent wrestling. He actually sent me the footage, so he's like, "There you go, Rab." You know what I mean? These guys are blah blah blah. There's a bit of talking going back and forth, telling me to just look out for yourself. But I watched the fight when he sent me it. I'll forward on to yourselves. You can. It looks like this Kazim Aras won every round of the fight. He totally dominated, out wrestled him the full fight, the whole 15 minutes. And in the last 10 seconds of the third round, he gets him like a Kimura, Americana or something like that, inside, rolls him over, and there's some complaining. Mindaugas jumps off the corner, shouting something. You can't really hear it. And then the referee waves it off. And I was like, what the fuck? What was that? What happened? But I'd seen pictures that Medicus put up the next day. The bite marks like on his chest or just under his pec to his ribs, and it looks like the boy's been in a bit of trouble. He's just like took a bite right out of his chest. So I don't know how true it is. I think they're trying to deny that they've done it. And I mean, I think it was like 8 seconds left of the third round, and it was like 30-27 on my card. Probably every judge's scorecard was there because he totally dominated. I thought, man, why'd you do that? I'd rather just let my arm break. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But did he not have his gum filled in?
Yeah, he had his gum sealed in. The mark's still there. I don't know. You need to speak. I mean, I think Kazi Maris and these are saying that they've never done it. And the angle of the camera at the time doesn't show you the actual bite as a close-up, but something happened for him to jump off. I don't know. I'll send you the footage. You can watch yourself, decide for yourself. But there was something a bit dodgy. I reckon he's probably tried to bite him or something. I don't know. But it was a fucking crazy end to a fight.
That was it. Yeah, I was really not expecting that when I looked at his topology record. You ever have anything like that happen to you, Liam?
Only in a street fight. Never in a professional. I got bit once in the arm.
Oh, I hope you had a tetanus after that.
Yeah.
So,
teeth marks on my shoulder.
oh no!
Bit.
What was her name?
Well, we're comparing moons.
What was her name, Liam?
For you, I lost a tooth once.
You lost a tooth once.
So, Rab, what else do you know about him? He trains at Team Cowbon. I've seen him. He makes Tom Aspinall look small, so he must be like quite a big dude. But
you know his wife very well, don't you?
Look at what's up here.
You know his wife very well, don't you?
Oh, that's brilliant.
You want to tell us the story?
Yeah, he won't make Tom look small, man. He's about fucking 6'9". He's huge. He's a monster. But I mean, I'll put him on his back, and that'll be it. He'll be 2 feet off the floor. So yeah. But Peter's right on the case. Yeah, he knows his stuff. He's obviously seen the back and forth going back on Facebook. It's been quite funny.
So why did his wife message you then?
She obviously just messaged me because of my good looks, you know. No, basically what had happened though is he's been trying to take the piss on the wind up, and he sent me a message. He tagged me in a Facebook post of him and his missus, and I can't really remember why he fucking tagged me in that, but I was tagged in it. And the boy's a bit of a walloper anyway. So I took the same post that he tagged me in, the same picture, and posted it to my Facebook and said, "Look guys, check this walloper out." And his wife messaged me saying like, "Can you please take this down and that?" And and I was like, just what Liam's doing right now. He's fishing. I was like, "Well, I've got a fucking good one here." So I was like, I'm going to use that just to wind them up. So, yeah.
Rab, what is a walloper?
That's what I was thinking. I couldn't even hear what he was saying. Walloper?
Yeah, walloper. Peter,
that new one.
Yeah.
Peter, explain a walloper.
A walloper, like a crazy person or a big catch. If Liam gets a big walloper tonight, you might catch a big one.
Right?
Yeah, you might catch a big one. There's all different ways of explaining it.
Catch a walloper.
And you're on a 2-fight win streak, as you said. Like you're on the cusp of like a bigger promotion. How are you feeling going in? Obviously, just really strange situation with training and stuff. And I know you guys have been.
Sorry, Katie, I was trying to listen to what you said until I seen this. I seen it pop up on the screen. I'm like, what the fuck? See what I mean? This is the kind of shit you get in Scotland. No, there's no go on, Rab, you can do it. You're the best. You're fucking it. No, it's like this kind of shit, Liam. This is what happens when you're Scottish. You know what I mean?
Richard, your brother's talking about being on the cusp of the pinnacle of his career. Now we're asking him to give back your pink frilly apron. Oh, you've got some real fans here. Right.
5 the guy elbow drops Rab and says that's from fucking. See what I mean? This is what you get, Liam. You know, there's no support. There's no support. The guys don't even buy a fucking ticket to watch it. They'll just watch it on fucking a sleeve view later. Tight asses. Oh, here's mother, brother.
This is a sensible question for you.
Yeah, that's a bit better. Cheers, Andrew. Bring it back to after girls. Who the next? Well, there's about, like, I'm just going to answer this question.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's only so many heavyweights in the UK anyway. I'm going to have to look beyond that. I mean, I think he's ranked 5th or something like that in the rankings on Tapology. But it's a big fight for me. But there's already maybe talk of these bigger promotions. So it's going to have to be European guys or maybe even further afield. So yeah. Try and get on one of these Bellator shows, man. The European scene just now for Bellators is pretty good. So try and get on one of these shows and then take it from there. Try and win a contract and then progress from there. So yeah, that's it.
100%.
I'm not looking at anybody specifically in the UK or in the European scene. I'm just looking to try and take care of business, trying to get on one of these bigger shows. For fuck's sake.
Naked.
Can I just say I can't keep up with the comments? They're coming in too quick.
It's unreal, man.
I don't even know what that one means. ARSC.
That's a local rugby team that I sometimes play with. I've trained with just now because of the situation, the pandemic and stuff. But that's a rugby team. It's just a local rugby team that I've got a lot of time for. So when I'm playing rugby, I turn out for Alwa Rugby Club, which is James Shaw. Questions are coming in fucking fast.
Yeah.
If you could fight that no-armed-legged woman, or what the fuck's that? I'm not even fond for that. I'm not fond for that. Do you know I'd expect that to come from Stephen McIntosh, because this is his type of game. So basically he's wanting me to say, what's the matter, babe? And he'll say, no much, babe.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking bastards.
I thought it was another weird thing that you did.
I nearly fell for that there as well. I was like, what's that? You bastards again. But that's usually that Stephen McIntosh type of game.
Oh my gosh. These are more questions than we usually get. Any plans for coaching after you both retire?
I am. Yeah, that's what I'll be headed for. Yeah. I've got a few things opening up here while I'm in Kings Lynn. I'm just going to jump on a coaching, training, private lessons, and it's difficult with the coach. So we have to follow a few protocols, but I think there's ways around it and whatnot. But yeah, definitely the coaching and try and help local fighters in the area, really.
Yeah. Brad, would you like to go into coaching?
I'm not established myself to be passing on information. I can't even fucking trust my own thoughts, never mind telling a student how to do it. I mean, I've helped out before with the coaches that I've got sometimes when they need me to fill in for a class or whatever. And I do want to help the younger guys that are in the gym. So, I mean, the coaches that I've got have got a lot more knowledge than I have, so I'll let them do their work, and if there's any kind of pointers or any kind of help needed, I would step in, and the coaches know that. But I'm nowhere near at the level that I should be able to pass the same information on to these young guys. There's better guys like Craig McIntosh, Callum McGeary and stuff like that in the area who are top level guys who with coaching and all. So yeah, I would pass. I'd pass their information on before I can. But if anybody needs my help, I'd happy to step in the future. It maybe be something to down the line, but right now I just need to concentrate on myself. I mean, this is my second kind of chance of being able to do things right, so I'm just trying to get myself right before I try and help everybody else. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Mitchell Watts wants to know if there's any chance of you fighting back in the UK soon, Liam. I told you, people are always asking.
I mean, if Bellator come over to the UK, then hopefully then I can get into that show. But it all depends on COVID allowing shows to continue. But as soon as I can fight back in the UK, I will be coming back. I think I've only fought in the UK once.
Yeah,
once. Yeah. So I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do the Bellator Europe with a Bellator MMA show in the middle.
Yeah, they make it a numbers event as well. Yeah.
Bama, I think it was Bama they link up with.
So the Bellator Europe side of things is very linked to old Bama. So like it's a lot of the same people involved, and they've signed like just a lot of the UK talent. So yeah, there are definitely strong links between Bellator Europe and Bama. So I don't know how much you know about all the people they've signed, but one of the guys that I know well, Luke Traynor, he won a contract on John Kavanagh's show, European Fight Night, and he's a light heavyweight joining Bellator Europe. So look out for him, Liam. He's a really cool guy, young guy coming through.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Gadden said, Liam, explain beard power.
I don't know, beard power, just laziness. Mine's just laziness. I trim it up every once in a while when I look too crazy. But the beard's looking all right at the moment. I got rid of all the grey hair sticking out.
It's not pink, it's salmon. What does that mean? Rad, back to you.
Fuck, I need to explain everything, don't I, man? So basically, he's talking about a show. This is a show that took place in Lanark back when James Doolan was running the show in Lanark, and there was a boy from the work turned up, and he was on the bus, and they absolutely ripped him for turning up to that MMA show. Everybody's fucking all dressed like macho, suited and booted, and this guy turned up with like a pink shirt, and they were like, look at you pink shirt, you big girls browsing that, and the boy just had enough after the hour drive to get through Lanark, and he just went, it's no fucking pink, it's salmon. So that's what that's coming to.
That sounds way more hard.
Yeah.
And what the hell is up, dog?
Listen, Peter, you just need see to see a Scottish, see to see a Mick anything or Truesdale, just fucking delete it, because it's only going to be slagging or banter. Brad, you still smoking up, dog. So this is another joke. So he wants me to say, "What's up, dog?" and he'll be like, "What's up?" Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
This is the kind of kicks that you get.
So Liam mentioned it earlier about the state of COVID and the fact that training's still very erratic, and there's a lot of rules and stuff going on. So there you go. There's the answer. So
that one slipped through. Sorry.
What has it been like being in camp during this time, and have you been able to train properly? Have you been able to train as you would like? Can you hear me?
Who are we talking to?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to Rab about your camp for your fight.
I thought you were talking to Liam. He thought.
Liam doesn't have a fight.
Sorry. Sorry, say that again, Kate, man. These comments, it's fucking putting me off, man. Here's mute Callum Yuri.
Give him a rest for a minute. Sorry, I was just saying we've alluded in the fact that you can't train, or you know the rules have been stretched, and especially in Scotland it was even longer for the gyms to open. Have you been able to train as you wanted to for this fight?
Yeah, the first rule, Katie, of Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club. You know what I mean? So we've been managing to get training in. Yeah. What was that?
It'll be a short interview. So everything went fine.
Sorry, I think I'm getting a bit of a lag or something. You there?
Let's go back to the comments. You're known as Balloon, so out of all your friends, which one would you choose to be your Mowgli?
Would it be a Macintosh?
Fuck's sake, man. You know, you try to do something good, you come on MMA UK, you say, I'm looking forward to this fight. This is what it's like to be fucking Scottish. No support and everybody just wants to rip the fish.
They keep coming.
Oh, I've just seen the worst one come through as well, yeah.
This is unreal, man. I do feel just fucking, yeah.
This is a roasting.
Yeah, I feel like we are on MMA.
Stevie knows about getting battered with the ring. I've battered him about the ring quite a few times. And I'm not talking about the ring with ropes.
Oh dear.
Okay, so I've been getting training in. Obviously, the gyms are shut, but I've got a good friend, Craig McIntosh, who's been organising everything for me. He's managed to get some top guys in Scotland who are really good jiu-jitsu, striking, to come and give us a hand with preparations for this fight. So I need to take hat off to Craig, because if it wasn't for him, it'd be fucking running and doing fucking
doing good. It get worse. This one's worse though.
This is unreal.
Is
I'm lost for words.
Strength and conditioning?
Okay, I'm too taken aback with these comments now. These are genuinely meant to be my friends. You know what I mean? And I'm just disappointed. I had them in high regard, but now they're just.
I can't even read them out for the people listening on Spotify and iTunes. This is going to be a really poor podcast. I apologise. Some of these comments, I'm not going to read it out.
It's the Scottish people, they just come on to take the piss, and that's it.
Liam, you've got away relatively unscathed.
I know.
I think Liam's battery's just run out. Oh, he's fucking the alarm's went off in his fishing reel.
The battery's going on the torch now.
Oh no!
Oh.
We're getting there. We've been going for a while.
Yeah, we're doing well.
Yeah, we're down to 20% now.
I've got a bigger willy than you.
Oh dear. So it's fight week anyway, Rab. So when do you travel down? I don't even know if you're allowed to.
They're coming.
Well, that's right.
You wee Bobby.
My work here is done. That was quality.
He's got a cheek as well.
So
this is fucking unreal.
I don't know if you're allowed to talk about when you're coming down.
You know Jamie Struthers? Saturday night. Spar me. It's my next door neighbour, actually, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it was my next door neighbour in Jersey.
Oh, cool.
We never sparred.
That's pretty cool.
Didn't spar.
No, just partied.
I saw somebody else ask if you're going back to Jersey while you're back.
I will be. Yeah.
Take fucking Jamie Struthers with you.
he ran away from Jersey.
It was Jordan Hutchinson that asked that.
Maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. Depends when I get my passport back.
Oh yeah, of course. So do you have any more? I was going to say, just in case we do lose you, Liam, I know you've got a seminar booked on the 6th of September, so next Sunday. Is that just for members of the gym that you're doing it at?
Anyone in surrounding villages, towns in the area, come through. But once I'm going to be here going up to the gym a lot more often after that as well. So hopefully taking on some classes there. But there'll definitely be more going on.
So what gym is that at?
Avedon MMA gym in Wisbech.
Okay, so anybody that wants to know about that, that's on your social media. I'm sure I've seen that on there. So people can find out about it there. So, and hopefully there'll be more while you're over. Obviously, Corona procedures that need to be followed, but hopefully you can get some more in.
Yeah.
Remember your mask, Liam?
Oh, you got to wear a mask as well, yeah. Fucking mask.
Especially getting Spain.
Just fucking pull the beard up, Liam. Just pull the beard up like that.
She was going to stop me from getting into Spain because I didn't have a medical mask on. I was like, "Are you for real?" She's like, "You can't come in." I said, "You're not going." I said, "I've just flew 7,500 miles, and now you're going to tell me I can't come in with a fucking mask." Some guy was like, "Yeah, I got one." I was like, "Nice one." I don't know. It's different rules in different countries. Same fucking virus, isn't it? Like, why is it different?
We've got a comment here about Rab having that seminar as well. Here we go.
Poor Rab will never come on a live show again.
Fuck it. The thing is, all these boys can't fucking fight sleep. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to bitch them all about once I see them, and they'll all be fucking running away next time I see them. Yeah. Especially that wee Stevie McIntosh, but he's got it coming from.
Amazing. Well, I was going to try and wrap it up if we don't get interrupted, but I wanted to thank you both so much for coming on. Rab, thank you for battling through the comments. The ticket link is up. It'll be in the comments for the show for anyone who wants to see Rab. It's on pay-per-view next Saturday. His co-main event. So
should be main event, Peter. You're right. It should be fucking main event.
That's the most exciting fight on the card. The rest of the card is weak as fuck, but it's
the main event is a good fight as well. They're both really good fights. So I'm really excited. I'm a bit gutted about the Justin Burlington fight because that was supposed to be a really good fight as well, but his opponent pulled out. So nothing you can do when it falls through like that. So he's still on the card, but he's fighting someone else. So Rab, I'm really, really excited to see your fight.
See you again.
See Stevie, he's been down to the back garden a couple of weeks back, and we were doing some pad work in the back garden, and the wee prick's not been back since because I battered him, and he's trying to fucking rip the piss on here. Stevie, I'm coming to get this on.
We'll get Stevie on next week to reply.
Yeah. I want to say as well, Rab, that we did also invite your opponent onto the show, but he never got back to us. So we did try and keep that fair, but yeah, he obviously didn't want to come on with you. And Liam, it's so good to have you back in the UK. I hope you get all your I hope you get all your admin done with your passport and stuff. So we can see you fight anywhere in the world soon. Literally, as I said, every bit of social media I see you on, whatever you're posting about, doing your mum's garden, the comments are like, when are you fighting again? So there's like a real like desire from everyone to see you back in there, which I just think is lovely after, you know, you've won everything there is to win at Bellator, but people still want to see you back in there and competing, and yeah, just awesome. And thank you as well for spending the last of your battery and the last of your torch power speaking to us tonight. Massively appreciate it.
Thanks for
No, thank you, Liam. Really appreciate it. You're welcome anytime. And Rab, best of skill for Saturday.
Thanks, Kay. Cheers.
Peter, any final words? Yeah, that's what we didn't know, that we needed to speak to his wife.
Yeah, I'll message his wife next time.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll do it for you, Peter. It's all just a bit of banter, man. I hope he doesn't take. I didn't like getting fucking involved with family shit, but it was funny at the time. And yeah.
Peter, any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, just obviously Rab's fighting next week. It's only we done a post the other week about pay-per-view prices and all that. £10 was the perfect price, and that's how much it is to see Rab, and it's a really, really good fight. So the pay-per-view links in the comments, go buy that up. I think it's only the third show back since COVID, so go buy that. And a special thank you to Liam. To me, Liam's a living legend. He's up there with Michael Bisping, Bellator champion and all that. Nobody else has done that. So thank you very much for coming on, Liam. Absolutely. You know how big a legend you are, Liam. Everybody loves you, mate. So
thank you, man.
I hate you.
No, we can't. Yeah, no, I know I'm Scottish, but no, I can't wait to see
the fucking Scottish people didn't like the Scottish, they like everybody else.
But no, I can't wait to see Liam come back and give it another run for that championship. I can't wait.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's definitely gonna be fun. Rab, good luck on Saturday, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much. You too. Well, I hope you catch a fish.
Yeah.
Catch a wallopper.
I catch a wallopper.
I got Cronenberg sitting there waiting for me, so that'll do anyways.
Yeah. Take care, all. Thank you.
Right, thanks so much. Take it easy. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.